Billy here. Right, in this video I'm going to show you how to make these. So in the thumbnail, you will have seen that somebody was trying to charge 600 and some odd pounds. I don't know what that is in dollars, but I thought I'm going to try and replicate the look using plywood, pine, and the other thing about this project is I wanted to practice accuracy, that kind of thing, and I think I nailed it. So come along, let's watch the video and I'll show you how I made these. Not really £600 things, probably cost me less than 10 quid. Hey up folks, right, so I'm going to have a go at these. Now I was looking for, how I got to see these, I was looking for ideas off Pinterest, Etsy, that kind of stuff, something I could put my own spin on. But sometimes you come across these ads and they've got these big massive price tags. Now, fair play to the people, if they can get that for them, so be it. But a lot of people can't afford to sort of go out and spend £600 odd, and some people like a look of stuff, and we can all sort of make it, you know, cost effective, cost friendly. But the other thing I wanted to do with this project was practice accuracy. So I had some plywood I needed to use up. I thought I'd use this project. I had some plywood and some scraps of pine. So that's what I thought. I thought I'd have a go at these. Now I've seen another video where somebody was repurposing some boxes, 10-minute workshop. Peter Millard, I'll put a link down to the video that he did. And that'll give another perspective on, you know, box making, boxes, that kind of thing. Now these are just simply constructed boxes, but what I was after was my dimensions. All I wanted to work on was my dimensions and just getting everything spot on. Now one of the problems I've been having is I'm always like a mill or two out when I'm making stuff, especially boxes, and for the life of me, I don't know why, but I think it's just down to I just need more practice. There's no other explanation for it. I think I try too hard sometimes. So, you know, enjoy what you're doing. I really enjoy what I'm doing anyway, but I think sometimes because I'm rushing and I'm trying too hard, and sometimes I'm overlooking stuff, and maybe that's what my problem is. But this was all about practice. So like I said, this ply, I'm using a combination of 18mm hardwood ply, and I had some, I think it was 6mm ply, and then some scrap pine. And I'm just going in, I'm just doing a scoring cut there, and then I'm going to set a stop block up for repeatability. So this is another thing I learned, rather than just keep measuring each individual piece, use stop block system. Thanks for the comment, whoever it was that put it in the comments. It works fantastic, and if you guys are watching it, you know, make sure you do that if you want repeatable cuts. So what I would say, if you're using anything with a circular saw, be really careful. And I'm just double making sure everything's spot on there. So here I'm checking for square, and I'm checking my size for base as well while I'm at it. I did check for square off the camera. I didn't get that little bit of footage in, but it was just to make sure. Now I haven't got it pinned together or anything, but I just wanted to make sure as I'm going on with the project, I'm covering all my bases. So this section here is going to be for the base. This is the 6mm ply. I think it's 6mm. I can't remember now off the top of my head. And it's hardwood ply I'm using. So guys, don't forget to let me know where you're all from. I ask that most videos, and if you can, if you would subscribe. I'm near the 7,000 mark now, so if you want to keep up with woodworking videos, I'm aiming to try and put 1 to 2 videos out per week. That's woodworking, you know, actual build videos. Sometimes I get a bit waylaid, but you can always guarantee on the Sunday video. But I'm trying to my best to get the Wednesday video back up and running. Things have just got in the way at the moment. Now, a bit on my next project after this one. It's an outdoor project. A lot of you may have seen the little shorts I've been putting on, sort of advertising the fact that it's a big project, to be honest with you, and you will really enjoy that one. As I'm doing this video, I'm halfway through that build. So again, I'm going for repeatability here, making sure everything's super accurate. Yeah. So Don't forget to subscribe, hit the notification bell, because that lets you know, apparently, I'm not sure, I'm not too clued up on it, that lets you know when I get videos coming out. And guys, if you can support the channel, if you can support the channel with a couple of quid a month with the YouTube memberships, and I have got a Patreon, but I tend to stick with the YouTube memberships a bit better, and I will put sort of content on there, odd bod content, bits behind the scenes, that kind of stuff, the sped up videos, you know, all that kind of stuff. So I'm going in here now with 20mm. No, these are not 20mm brads. These, I can't remember. I've got 25mm. I can't remember. This is how unorganised I am. I do the projects. I know what I'm doing. I don't write anything down. Are you the same as that? Let me know. How organised are you? I seem to be very organised when I'm making stuff, but then when it comes to the written thing, like writing down, and people have asked me for plans and all this kind of stuff, and, you know, I will get round to it eventually. It's just a matter of me getting myself organised. So I'm just taking right good care here, just to make sure everything's spot on. Take it nice and easy. My finger's well away there, don't worry. And then just wiping all the excess glue off that I can. I've glued and pinned this, that's all it needed. Like I say, the basic, it's just about accuracy. And it's a simple plywood for the base. Again, simply gluing it down, pinning it. So you probably can't tell from the camera, but what I can tell from there is, because I am taking care, this box is probably one of the most, even though it's basic, it's one of the most accurate boxes I've made in terms of millimetres and size and all that kind of stuff. And I repeat this 3 times. Just again, getting all that excess away. What you've all been making, guys, let me know in the comments again. And if you can put a comment down, that apparently helps the algorithm, whether you like it, whether you are critical of something I'm doing, or there's a tip, hints and tips. That's all well and good. Put them down. Don't be scared to put them down. And ladies, where are all you? I know there's some good lady makers out there. Let me know who you are, where you are, and what you're making. And this, I'm just making my own edge banding. Made it out of some of the scrap pine, and I thought, you know what, I'm going to have a go at it. I could have easily just bought some edge banding from Amazon, but I thought, no, I'm going to make my own, and let's see how it goes. So I've milled it down to the right size, then I've simply mited the corners, and that's just slot it on. Now I could have put clamps there, clamped it on, let the glue go off, but just for what I'm trying to do, I just pinned it. Now I'm not sure what you would get for these. I mean, I was a bit shocked at the price. I'll be totally honest with you. I know people have got to make a living, but I'm thinking, even at £600, which is probably what, $750 US, maybe. Even if it was out of walnut or, you know, oak or some sort of wood, is that still too expensive? I don't really know. And this is all a learning curve. There might be a good reason why they're that price. So I'm just going to go around. It don't really need this, but I'm just going to go around anyway and just make sure I just do it as you know, part of my sort of getting everything right sort of in my head. So I'm just taking it nice and easy. Just a flush trim bit in there. And like I said, it didn't need that. It just didn't need it, but I've done it nonetheless. Just to make sure if the eye don't see it. And here, what I should have done with this is, because you see it tipping a bit, what I should have done is done this on my router table. I've got a little router table. I should have done it on there, and so that's a lesson learned for next time. Then I hand sand everything to 180. just get it nice and sort of, you know, just set the edges off. So here's another little tip I seen on the 10-minute workshop video, what I've put a link to, where he put these like little stoppers on the bottom. He just simply cut out some triangles. I thought I'd give it a go and just made a little jig out of the pieces of scrap, which was a good idea. And just simply pop them in, bit of glue, bit of CA glue, bit of activator, and job's a good one. And that's what I want to do, is stop it racking from side to side with them, because I do put like little legs on the front which stop it going sort of forward to back. But this helps, it helps that, which would have been enough, but for the decoration I wanted the little legs to see if I could replicate, you know, that picture on the thumbnail. I found that a little bit fiddly there, and just wipe any excess off you can get off. So I'm just marking out for the little legs now, so it's like 5 centimeters in, 5 centimeters up, sorry, from the bottom, and the legs are sort of 8 centimeters each. So like you'll get like 3 centimeters hang over. Again, just a little bit of glue and some brad nails. There was no airs or graces here. You know, I could have fitted this a different way so you won't see the brad nails. But, hey, if this was an hardwood project, it would be done slightly different. The time scale would have been probably just the same. No, it don't really... I mean, if I made these out of oak or something like that, what could you get for them? I don't know what you'd get for them price-wise. But there's avenues out there where you can actually sell them, so... I don't know. I'll give these to a family member. Nobody's claimed them as of this video. That's because I've hid them, actually, in my tool area where all my tools are. Just simply sanding it. Now, on the back, I'm just putting a little sort of, sanding a little sort of taper into the back of the legs, just so they don't bang. Just to make them get off easier. And then I'm just going over it again, just making sure if I see anything that sort of like shouldn't be there, out of place, I'm getting it off, and then I go over everything with an hand sand. Everything gets 180 grit. Plywood's a bit tricky because it can sort of mash up a little bit, can't it? So I don't think I did too much of a bad job here with the actually working with plywood. I am going to be doing a few projects with plywood, which you'll see in upcoming videos. But like I say, the next video, please subscribe, because it is going to be a cracker. It's one of the biggest things I've made so far. In fact, it is the biggest thing I've made so far. And I've just done it off the top of my head. I watched a YouTube video and I thought, I'm going to make one and just let's see how it comes out. Now, a lot of you guys wouldn't dare like put it down on video or whatever, but you know, I was a bit apprehensive. But I do the YouTube videos, and this is for you, and it's all about learning. So it gets 2 coats of this. I give it a slight rub down in between coats, and it's simply Danish oil. You could stain these, and then 20 minutes, take the excess off and let it dry. So there's the 3 boxes like that, standalone style. You know, there was less, really, you know, I put there, it was less than £10 in materials, probably quite a bit less than that. $12, $13 maybe. There they are, all stacking. They stack perfectly. Everything is in place there. Not out one bit. I was really pleased with the practice there. Let me know on the look whether I nailed the look. I like them. I don't know what I'll use them for, but I'll keep them. I'll keep them, probably put tools in them, that kind of thing. So thanks for watching, guys, and let's get on to the next one.